What's going on, guys? It's Flaws, and in this video we're going to be talking about communication to FPS games. In Valorant it's a little bit different because you can ping, so we'll briefly touch on that, but it's just going to be more of a basic overall understanding of how to communicate better with your team and make effective callouts. The number one thing that you have to be doing is when your teammates are retaking, maybe you died earlier in the round and you're making callouts for them, calling out the exact person that you saw, especially in Valorant, is very helpful, because if I see a Cypher right here as I'm like retaking, or I see a Brimstone and someone said Sage was also already pushed up in a hookah, then I know that there's a good chance that there's 3 in hookah. There's probably like a pretty low chance that the Sage rotated out of here to go back to playing in main. So what I'm going to do is, kind of while I'm retaking this area, just keep in mind that Sage is there. If I don't kill her here, I don't kill her here, there's a good chance that she's still in there. So like just that one call, knowing exactly what person was in that area. You can also do this with someone that's like lit. So if someone's tagged up from, maybe you're playing Counter-Strike or something else, or PUBG, or literally any other game that's an FPS, and your teammate shoots them for a little bit, and you peek out and you kill that person, but they didn't seem like they were tagged, there's a good chance that there's another person tagged, so you can kind of keep clearing that angle and expect someone else to be in that area that was called out originally. That's why exact positions of what your team comms are important, because if someone says, oh, there's 3 hitting A and 1's tagged, that's way less helpful than, oh, 2 hookah, 1 planting the spike. Like as I'm rotating in, I know I can spam here, I know I can just kind of hold for this. If there's 2 that push through, there's a good chance they're going to kind of take another angle so I can hold. But just exact information is way more important than you just calling a number. Now let's talk about verbal communication. This is one that in lower ranks is a little bit tougher, but it does help just to kind of back what's actually happening to your teammates. If you have teammates that every single round they peek this, they get opt, and then they die, it's 3 or 4 rounds in a row it happens, you could say, hey, maybe let's not peek A short at the start of every single round and die, because then it's a 4v5 and I don't think we can win the game by doing that. Let's maybe take it to showers and we'll take it to A through there. The opera will be posted in the other side of site, and it's a lot easier just to take it quickly from bath. You know, this doesn't mean your team's always going to listen to you, especially in solo queue, but you're at least getting the information across to them that, hey, maybe what I'm doing is really stupid and I can actually win the game if I change up my strategy. This goes a lot deeper and can be a lot more complicated if you kind of like are like, oh, maybe let's not hit A this round because they have 2 ultimates at A, and at B they don't have any ultimates and they're playing with like a weaker agent. So just this information, just once again, just kind of telling your team exactly what's happening. Maybe they're subconsciously thinking about this, but once you actually verbalize it and be like, oh, let's not do this because of that, there's a lot better chance that your team's actually going to listen to you and play the game more as like a cohesive unit instead of just 5 people running around the map. If you really want to win, when you die, that's not the end of your round. Basically what you just need to know is whatever information you gathered as your own personal self going into the end of the round, doesn't matter if you're dead or not, you can still comm certain information to your teammates that are still alive. Like if I maybe tag 2 people up for 50, or maybe I tagged them up for 100 and they're really low, all I have to do is comm that to my like last person in the clutch. It doesn't even matter if it's like a 1v4. If you make that comm and this person swings out and gets 2 headshots on people that aren't tagged, they know the next 2 kills they can just aim a little bit lower and just have 1 or 2 shots connect and they'll win the round. Also, if you're dead, on Valorant specifically, you can do these pings that are extremely helpful. I know exactly where the spike's going to be. I can swing out and pre-fire, just knowing if they tap it that the spike's going to be here, or maybe it's planted there. But you just know when you swing out exactly where your crosshair needs to be. And that's why like these pings in Valorant are pretty overpowered. In Counter-Strike and other games, they don't have as good as pings, but what you can do is even jiggle like this, ping it for yourself if your teammate's not really helping, and then just hold. It lasts so much longer in Valorant than other games, so that's a really good plus. But just kind of like, even if you're dead, it doesn't matter, just help your teammate out in any way you can. You could say, oh, I think there's 1 L hall, there's 1 backside, so this person holds this, don't see anyone L hall, finds 1 backside, clears this again, doesn't see anyone, there's a good chance that they grouped up and they can just hold for this other person backside. It's just all these little things that you just need to communicate to your team to give them the best opportunity to win. Now let's talk about quick communication and making callouts effectively. If you're someone that just likes to lurk and maybe you just kind of push into weird areas that the other team might not expect, if I get all the way up into here at A short and I just walked up somehow, I'm calling my team to come to A, or I'm calling, oh, maybe someone pushed through Bath, like watch out on the flank, because this should never just be open at the start of the round, or even if it's like a 3v3, like someone should always be holding this area. So if I find a gap in the defense, and I'm gonna call it to my team, we might have a free plant. They come here, they come plant the spike, they get back out. Like, just having these quick comms that maybe someone at B that's trying to take a gunfight doesn't look at their map and see that you're already pushed up in this area. Also, this kind of goes on regular callouts as well. It doesn't have to be like a huge map rotation callout. Like, if I'm here and I take a fight and I see that someone's heaven, I dink them. I say, oh, this person's dinked heaven. Like, let's take the site quickly, because that's a really good chance that they're not gonna re-peek. Already dinked. That's a good chance that they're just gonna rotate back in here and take a safer fight. So during that time, you can just kind of push up, get some good map control. Also, if someone's right here in hookah, you call out that they're lit on the close left corner, maybe raise nades this. It's a lot different in like different games of what your reaction to damaging other players is going to be. You might have someone just post on here with like an op, or not on that angle because that sucked, but like if you have someone backside, you might have someone just post here with an op just holding this. And if they didn't hear that comm that they're in the back right corner of sight, they might just like be kind of sitting here, not really knowing what to do, holding this angle, holding from here, and then that person swings out on the site and they can't flick in time and kill them. So just make sure you make every communication call that like you can that actually makes sense. Don't just be like, oh, there's 3 boxes in front of me, or like anything like that. Like, make sure you're calming where the enemy players are quickly. Like, be like, oh, one backside, one heaven, and one's tag rotating in back from B. So then they know, oh, if I get a kill quickly, then I just have to get one that's half HP and the other one that's backside. Like, just quick comms like that. It's really not hard to do, and the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. Obviously, in lower ranks, you might be the only one calming, but that really doesn't matter. Like, if you're gonna get into higher ranks, you need to be able to calm quickly and effectively. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing for more videos like this. I'll be making a whole series, so maybe even hit that notification button, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.